Start with you, Raj. Top priority for the U.S. Army going forward.
So for 2022, obviously we want to keep the same balance between supporting our users in the remote, on the remote workforce, because we fully expect, I think, as all the other speakers said, that 2022 and probably beyond will continue to be us working in some kind of a hybrid remote work environment. I think it is here to stay. I think, we have 2021 has broken all kind of orthodoxies on, productivity of the government workforce in a remote environment. And any middle manager that thinks that, hey, they can get work done from the remote workforce, somebody working from home is now lying to you, right? So it's here to stay. And so what that means is we need to continue to focus on giving our users the tools and the capabilities they need to continue to be productive, in this kind of hybrid workforce environment. So some of the things we're looking at are initially, when we went remote, we actually gave our users a lot of capabilities around bringing their own personal devices, BYOD, and actually, a broader suite of collaboration tools. However, what we found last year was we got to balance that against cybersecurity risks, and it was very clear that our adversaries had found a new attack vector with our employees working from homes, and so we had to actually take a step back, and so I came under a lot of criticism for taking away some of the tools that our users had initially.
Sure.
But it was absolutely critical that we protect our network and the data on our network in a zero trust environment. So this year is going to be us maturing some of those technologies, getting to a virtual desktop environment for our users, more BYOD solutions, but all of this now in a fully accredited environment, doing a lot of red teaming and things like that to make sure that the solutions that we're procuring are absolutely safe and secure. So that's one. The second, on the mission side, is going to be continuing to scale our cloud, but this time it's going to be in tactical environments. And so as we are getting ready to, increase our infrastructure and our footprint in areas like Guam, for example, and you've seen that as a key priority coming out of the strategy, the DoD strategy, and some of the risks, in the South Pacific. What we found was our infrastructure, our networks were extremely stretched in that contested environment in South Pacific. So we're now extending our cloud environment, and by the way, that includes the network. Whether that's 5G or whether it's through commercial satcom, working with companies like SpaceX, is how do we get those kinds of capabilities out rapidly, and leveraging those commercial capabilities. So that's a priority in the South Pacific, and then likewise in Eastern Europe. As we establish more forward operating bases in Eastern Europe, is how can we be much more expeditionary. Because when our units move, we want to make sure that they can move, our technology can move at that speed of war. And traditionally, how we acquire technology and how we have, tried to build it and own it ourselves, is just not agile and fast enough to meet that requirement.
Sure.
So I think that's those are just a couple of things that we're focused on for 22. Obviously, putting all that in a zero trust environment is going to be absolutely critical.